when I worked in a restaurant, I found out that this wasn't legal, but how much should you tip?
Like a waiter.
Yeah, to not just go to the skip.
I don't know.
How much what's the done
In
thing?
the UK,
I don't think there's a right answer.
Hang on, right, because this is the question. Because obviously you're going to judge it based on the service that you get and the time you have to wait and whatnot.
Why can you not just change it to should you tip in general?
Because I think none of us are cunts, you should tip.
But again, I think it's completely dependent on the waiter.
Yes, exactly. That's why it's not as cut and dry as that. What we need to do to make this interesting is we need to come up with a number, because it's going to be hard. So what's a fair number that equals out the wrong waiters and the right waiters?
20% is what sticks in my head.
That's high.
that's punchy. I think,
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like American tipping. I'd
Maybe
say.
that's why. Maybe it's just TV shows.
I'd say in the UK, for our average service, I'd go like a minimum 10%, and I'd err over that. I'd round it up over that. So
Would
for
you?
For a base level tip.
I'm a big fan of rounding. Like you see you've spent 26 quid, you give 30 quid.
Yeah.
You go to a restaurant, your bill comes to £78. How much are you tipping?
Then at that point you're probably up to 85, maybe 90.
You won't be go 85 is less. No, is that?
You said £78, didn't you? Yeah, 85, 90,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is just over 10%.
Yeah, no, I think that's fair. I obviously used to work in a restaurant. Tips are an integral way of an integral. Yeah, they're integral to the job.
Well, with that one, when I said about 26 quid, you're probably looking at one person paying for maybe two people, or maybe just one person paying for themselves. But with 78, you're looking at a big group of you, or at least a fairly good sized group, where you all put in a little bit.
Well, the reason
It's
I
not
asked,
one person who pays the tip normally.
I took my nan and granddad for dinner last night, and I gave Fiona my card and said, "Can you go up and pay, please?" Because I don't like that social interaction side of things. I said, "Leave a tip," and it came, and it was 78 quid. So I was like, "How much tip did you leave?" And she rounded it up. See, I'm struggling to say this now. She rounded it up to 90, so I thought it was fair.
Yeah,
£12.
Yeah, that's generous.
Yeah, generous is my money, but it was absolutely very generous of her. Actually,
really nice.
Do you know,
Yeah.
apparently, according to my French friend, the nation of France just got rid of tipping. They basically got together and went, it's bollocks, this, isn't it? Let's just pay you properly. And they don't. And they now don't.
Yeah,
tip in restaurants.
that's why I find it a little bit strange in the UK. Like, there aren't many other jobs you get money for doing your job from other people.
taxis.
Yeah, but you don't have to tip a taxi. Like, at the moment, no one does. You get an Uber, you just pay, cool, they're gone.
I've been getting black cabs every now and then.
Okay, well, then you can continue to tip. But, like, there are, as I said, there aren't, like, binman, you don't see a binman take your bin and then you throw a tenner at him.
Delivery drivers.
I tip food delivery people now.
Do you?
Yeah, I give them like a couple of quid.
Do you?
Yeah, just because the having had a chat to one of them once, I think they're getting paid well below minimum wage at the restaurant near me. So
Oh,
I
really?
think so, yeah.
Well, my housemates recently started delivery driving for Papa John's, and he said that they give him an extra couple of quid per journey for his petrol, or a couple of quid, and it actually works out that he gets way more money than his petrol costs him.
Ah.
So
Right.
I don't know. I think it's hard. UK-wise, I think it's really difficult because they are already paid to do a job.
I think you've
I do tip,
single-handedly just fucked anyone that works for Papa John's
Yeah.
if there's a higher up. But if Papa John is listening, he's going to be
Yeah.
going.
No, I think it's
When
any
Papa's rolling out his dough. He's like, what was that?
any company I've ever seen paying for petrol are really bad at doing it because they pay you for mileage rather than actually paying you exactly what you spent on petrol.
35p a mile, I think.
Yeah, but you tend to get more.
Is
Yeah,
it?
you tend to get paid more money than you ever spend on petrol. But then I guess they also do pay
It's
for wear and tear of the
everything
car.
like that, in
Yeah.
theory.
Oh, right.
Okay, I'll jump in at about 10% then on this one. Sounds fair.
10% minimum, I'd say, and round up.
Yeah.
I'd say 12.5.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
that
yeah.
sounds fair. Yeah,
The
yeah.
only-
I'm happy to sign that off.
Yeah.
I have struggled to tip occasionally where they'll come over with contactless and they just show you it and you do it and then you've got no cash and you're kind of like, what do I do at that
Yeah,
point?
that's why I'll often say, can I add a tip on there because I've got no cash?
I just go, oh, cheers.
Do you? Right, yeah.
No, but at the same time, it is 10%, but sometimes I will just not tip if they're dreadful.
If you was a waiter,
Yeah.
this is going back to last week's episode of random moral or situations. If you was a waiter and you served, let's say, 3 women, right, and then you did a good job, you was polite, they had 3 courses, and they tipped you 15p, 5p each,
Yeah.
would you take offence at that?
I'd prefer they didn't tip at all.
Right.
in that case. Like, what's the point?
Robbie.
I don't know. I'm not sure if I don't know if I'd probably be like, oh, it's a bit annoying, but I don't think I'd be offended.
But
Because that happened to me, right? 3 Swedish ladies used to come in. They used to book ahead, and every time they would each tip 5p each on the silver tray. So, like, by default,
Oh, did actually take the 5p in and do it like that?
5 pence, right? Which is this is. I'm glad you said you don't know, because I don't know, and I don't want to seem like I'm going, like I'm like not appreciative of somebody giving me money. But when I'm an adult and I'm getting given 3 5-pence pieces, I'll tell you now, they went in the bin. Because it was just like I was irritated by it. And that's not me. I'm going to sound like a spoiled kid. I know I am, but I'd rather them not tip me, because it's almost like it's like if you give somebody, you can't give an adult a quid, can you?
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Could it be a cultural thing? Is that something that you do in Sweden?
It might be. If that's what you do in Sweden, then sorry, I don't understand your culture.
But then, I'd say at the same time, I don't think as a waiter you should expect tips either. So that's why I think it's better they don't give you anything at all, because then you just get on with your day.
Yeah.
But that's like a gesture that's clearly got something behind it.
It was almost like, this is how we value the service. And it was like 15p. I'd like, don't give me anything. Sometimes I'd say 30% of people that came in, 40% wouldn't tip. And I'd be like, that's absolutely fine. There'd be some people that I'm serving the whole time and having a lovely conversation with, and they just wouldn't. And it's like, that's fair enough. We don't live in a society that says you have to tip, like in America. This is like that opening scene to Reservoir Dogs, isn't it?
Yeah.
I will say there is one thing that puts me off tipping, and that's when they put the service charge on the bill already. When they do it, they say, this is how much money you're giving us for what we've done.
Yeah.
That really bothers me.
You can ask for it to be removed.
Which is so uncomfortable. Like, you should not have to go and say, I'm not paying, like, I choose how much I give you. I could give them more than that, which is fair as well. But I don't see how they feel like they have the right to say, oh, I've also done this, you're paying.
The worst one is when you have a service charge and then they have a thing on the card, you want to add another tip. And you're like, oh, I know your game here. You're trying to get double tips.
Yeah.
That's like...
Sneaky.
Don't like that.
I hate a service charge.
When I worked in a restaurant, I found out that this wasn't legal, but I worked New Year's Eve, and this guy came in, and he was pissed. He's ordering G&Ts all night, and he went to me, mate, I've got no cash to tip, and he'd already paid on card, so I could have typed it all in. And he went, I've got these. I don't know if you want these, and he gave me 3 £50. They were called Pets at Home vouchers, but they weren't just for pets. So it said it on it big, but if you look on the back, it's like meals you can have and stuff like that. And I was like, sure, thank you. So it's £150 these vouchers. And he went, but they run out at midnight because it's this year. So I was like, well, I'm working till like 11. But I was like, all right, fair enough. And some manager that I had at the time, who's lost his job now, so it doesn't matter. He was like, oh, you can actually just transfer them for cash and put them through the till. And I had the cash. So I got 150 quid tip on New Year's Eve, which is an absolute bonus. So I think that is how much you should be tipped. 3 Pets at Home vouchers. Yeah.
Do you tip bin men? I tip bin men. I know it sounds very on brand. But particularly for me, where you, if you tip your bin men and treat bin men well, they'll take away anything. Like, they'll take away bodies and stuff. Like you can get away with a lot of other stuff if you're on good terms with your bin people.
Can you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How much do you tip them?
I'm trying to think now.
Do you have a set rate?
So it's not like it's like a Christmas tip I'm talking.
Oh,
I'm not talking like a every day they put that's well done there, sir. Shake hands with them. No, like Christmas, maybe like 20 quid at Christmas.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair enough.
But there's like 6 of them on the bin lorry or 4 of them on the bin lorry or whatever like that. So that's probably
wow.
5 or each something. So there's a few of them that all go in different ways.
Oh, I thought you go around and hand all 20 quid.
Oh no. One note they can share.
Right, yeah. I was pissed once, and do you remember this story?
I don't know where you're going with it.
I was pissed once, and it was just after Christmas, probably the 28th or something, and I was walking home, and I was smashed, and I saw these police officers, and Fiona went, don't say anything, because she could tell I was going there. And I went over, I went, did you work on Christmas Day? And they went, yeah, mate, yeah. I went, let me give you some money. And they were both like, no, we're public servants, we can't accept money. I was like, that is a tenner. How patronising is that? Some drunk guy trying to give a police officer a tenner. That was rank. How much are we saying then?
I'm just going to say 10%. I prefer just being in control, though, like massively. I find it really strange. Anything that does an extra payment really pisses me off.
I zoned out for a second there, right? And no, but didn't that conversation just go, how much are you going to tip? I prefer being in control.
No, I said 10%, but I said, I don't...
okay, sorry. Yeah, I just thought you randomly went, I want to be in control of what?
No, I was just saying, like as I said, like with the service charge thing, it really annoys me. It's the same as like if you buy tickets online for like an event and it goes booking fee. So I've just booked it. Why am I paying to click a button?
I've never understood a booking fee.
And I once went and got tickets for something from a shop, like from the ticket booth, and I didn't get charged that same amount to do it online, which is easier. Like, why am I getting charged more on stuff like that? Really annoys me. So tips kind of annoy me as well. But like, as long as I'm in control, I'm happy with it.